Hey guys, so you've got an old Hardbody or a Pathfinder that has the needle for the speedometer broken off. Hopefully, this will be helpful for you. So, to my knowledge, there's not really a ton out there in terms of replacements for these. So I just tried to, devise my own and hopefully, share it with you guys and see if it works. So, just for basics to start off with, to just remove this, I'm assuming you've already gotten it off of your car. Just want to go and just kind of mess with these little tabs on the top. I've already taken mine apart, but you just want to push them in. I use the flathead screwdriver. You have to kind of plan a little bit if you just try to go for it. They'll probably snap themselves back in. I don't remember whether I did all the top first or just kind of like going up and down in a row, just kind of knocking them out systematically that way. But once you get those off, you'll be able to just remove your faceplate. Just set that to the side. And then in here, if it's not removed, it'll be nice and snug like that. You'll have two little screws that are right here. I've already removed mine, but just undo those, and then this faceplate will just lift off. There's little tabs at the corners where these little holes here feed into, but they're not anchored down with anything. It's just a way to keep them in position. So now you have access to all of the goodies back here, and the only reason I'm showing you this is because later on this little piece right here will become part of a problem. So what I'm pointing at is the clock spring. So this little guy right here, it needs to be adjusted essentially once you put things back. It needs to be calibrated, I guess is the better word for it. So once you do put your speedometer needle back on, you are going to need to calibrate that. So the best way, the best way that I've found is just by trial and error. So once you have your needle, which I'll have linked in the description, I made some CAD files and I uploaded them to Thingiverse. So there should be a nice link there so you guys can print these, or if you don't have a printer, find a print shop, get them to print them for you. And once you do that, you'll be able to just kind of put this back on. So it's pretty simple. We're going to assume that you've got this in its normal assembly. And you've got your little kind of needle part of your speedometer just kind of chilling here. And you just take the 3D printed file, which, just for reference sake, this was the original. So it's a little bit more robust. I'd experimented with one that was a little bit thinner, but then it just ends up warping over time. These ones also end up warping over time too. They either break off completely or they warp. But besides the point, you just go ahead and put this onto your little spike there. Just shoves on. It's easy to do when you're not separated by a camera. There we go. So yeah, it just shoves on, and then it just holds pretty good. But like I said, you're gonna have to adjust that clock spring, because you can see right now there's like not really a ton of tension pulling that back. It actually won't even rest to zero. That'd be a huge problem. So as soon as you take off, it pretty much just shoot up like that, even if you're only going 10 miles an hour. So how you do that is really just trial and error. So you can go ahead and remove this. You want to grab on to this little doodad here, this little spike, with some pliers. I'd recommend putting some painter's tape at the end of them, or whatever other tape you want, just to prevent scuffing of this, because this stuff's pretty easy to get scuffed by the tool steel. And then you're just going to want to kind of twist this. What direction, actually? Let's see. Let's get a better look at that together. So if we twist this clockwise, it tightens. So that's kind of what we want. So we're going to want to twist it clockwise. I'll show you guys that again. So we want to twist it clockwise. Let's see. just watch that spring in the back if you can still even see it. You twist it clockwise and that spring does get a little bit smaller. You release it, you can see it unwind and get a little bit larger. So the trick is getting it just tight enough. If you get it too tight, it's not going to move up like you're supposed to when you're going 5 miles an hour. It'll make it look like you're, going a lot slower than, or if you're going like 20 miles an hour, it'll show you're going like 5 or something. So you just want to make sure you get that right, which once again, it's trial and error. I'm not going to lie, this part's annoying. It's very annoying. It took me, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes the second time I did it to get it all right, because I had to replace the first 3D printed thing that I made, because like I said, it started to warp. So I got lucky the first time. I think it took me like 5-10 minutes the first time. Second time was kind of a pain. So you just want to do that while this is on there. So just grab it, twist it clockwise, kind of hold it, and then, I'm not doing a good example because I'm trying to hold this up here like this with you guys. But when you have tension on it like this, that's when you want to put the needle on. So pretend that I'm still holding it with my right hand. You'd want to be holding on to that, and then you're going to come in with your doodad here, just kind of plug that on. And once that's on, you can let go. And if it's tensioned, it'll actually come back down. If it's not tensioned, it'll just do what it's doing right now. So like I said, the file for this will be available. I'll just have it in the description. I just wrote on mine so I know which one it is, so I can upload the right file. Because as you can see, I made quite a few iterations of this. It was not perfect the first couple times I made that. So the file will be in the description. Hopefully this is helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, give me some hate. It's good to read too. But hopefully this is good for some folks with either some old D21/Hardbodies or Pathfinders. Best of luck.